Hi guys, it's Sherry. I hope that you're having a fantastic day. Y'all, today we are going to take some of those Dollar Tree items and create something gorgeous. Stay tuned. Welcome to my channel. I am so glad that you decided to stop by. Welcome to everyone who has bought me a coffee, is a member of my monthly members group, or supports my channel in any way. Thank you so very much. So this is one of the wrapping papers that I bought at the Dollar Tree. This is a piece of single-sided polka dotted paper. We're going to take this wrapping paper, this polka dotted paper, and this Dollar Tree candle and make magic. So y'all know what time it is. It's time to make it. Okay guys, so here's a closer look at how we're able to take our wrapping paper and turn it into double-sided paper. So you can see how gorgeous this is. I'm just going to put the two together, and you can see that once we make it double-sided and we decide to work with it as double-sided paper, we are going to have a very beautiful combination to work with. So the best way to get this beautiful look is to get some wrapping paper, some single-sided paper, and we're going to join the two to create custom paper. This isn't paper that's being sold in the store. This is paper that you are making specifically for the project that you are about to do. And so I'm going to show you how we're going to join these two, and then we're going to make a project. Okay, so there are several ways that you can join your cardstock or decorative paper to wrapping paper. One of them being spraying the 12 by 12 with some Elmer's spray adhesive. Now, if you choose to use this method, do it outdoors because you wouldn't want to inhale these fumes. But take it outdoors and spray the backside that you want to cover and just spray it. Then lay it down on the wrapping paper. The second way is that you can actually just take your tape and go end to end by laying that tape down. Now this is probably the most time-consuming way and one of the more expensive ways to be able to do this. So if you're using this Elmer spray, this can of spray will go a very long way. Now the way that I am going to do mine is I am going to use my Xyron Creatopia, which is a 12 by 12 sticker maker. It will apply adhesive to pieces that are 12 inches wide. The Creatopia is no longer sold on the market. It was made by Xyron, but if you check eBay from time to time or Craigslist, they do often come up for auction or for sale. So for those of you who have not seen the Creatopia, it has a very large footprint because it is wide enough to apply adhesive to my 12 by 12. So all I need to do is put it in and turn the handle that's on the side and just roll it through. Then there's a cutter on the back. I just take that cutter and remove my paper. So now I do have adhesive on the back side, and I'm just using my big old spatula to go over this, making sure that everything's nice and stuck. Then we have this plastic on the top that we throw away, or if you have another use for it, you can recycle it. So now I've trimmed away a piece of my wrapping paper, and what I'm going to do is simply peel back that protective backer from my paper, and you can see that I have edge-to-edge sticky on the back. So all I want to do at this point is I'm going to take this, place it down, flip it over, and use my big old spatula to iron out any wrinkles or air bubbles. Then I'll use my finger blade to trim away the excess. And you guys stick around because I'm going to show you how we can take this one 12 by 12 that we're making and turn it into a complete packaging And we're going to use one of the items that I picked up at the Dollar Tree as the gift inside. So we're going to take that $1 item and package it beautifully and present it in a way that will make it look like $1,000,000. So now we have a custom piece of 12 by 12 cardstock. Y'all, you can do this with the paper napkins. I've done that several times on the channel. We can take our paper napkins, lay them down on some decorative cardstock or solid colored cardstock and create double-sided paper using napkins as well. You can lay this down on vinyl. Whatever it is you want to try, give it a try because I bet you'll be pleased with the outcome. So I am going to bring in my trimmer at this point, and we're going to take our beautiful 12 by 12 piece and we're going to cut it in half. So we're going to cut it to 6 by 12. And we have 2 pieces, and from 2 pieces, we are going to make something fabulous for this sweet little candle here. So y'all get ready. So I have one of my 6 by 12 inch pieces in on the 6-inch side. We're going to score at 2 and at 5.5. And then we'll rotate it to the 12-inch side. We're going to score at 2 3/4, at 5.5, at 8 1/4, and at 11. While we have it out, we're going to go ahead and take this piece and we're going to trim it on the 12-inch side to 5 7/8. Then we'll rotate it to the 6-inch side and we're going to trim that to 5 7/8. So basically we are trimming out a piece that is 5 7/8 by 5 7/8. Then we're going to take that second piece and we're going to go ahead and trim 2 1-inch strips. So we're going to have 2 pieces that are 1 by 6. That is what we'll be starting with. So we have taken that 12 by 12. We have trimmed out a 6 by 12 inch piece, 2 1 by 6 inch pieces, and 1 5 7/8 by 5 7/8 inch piece. We still have a little bit left over, but this is what we need to work with now. So I am going to fold and burnish all of my scores. And now that we have all the scores folded and burnished, we have this corner rectangle here that we need to get rid of. You can go ahead and angle in there and cut straight out here. And then we're going to go across the tabs at the bottom and do an angle wherever there is a score mark. And I'm just doing a very slight angle. And so now your piece is going to look like this. Then we're going to rotate it here at the top. You're going to have a small rectangle here. Let's go ahead and remove that. And then we're going to move all the way down to the piece on the opposite end from this end. And we're going to do a slight angle. That's it. So when you're finished, your piece should look like this. So now we're going to take this and apply our tape. I am going to be using my 1/4 inch tape for this. So I am going to place some tape right here. And then I'll place some tape right here. And so I've placed the tape on the inside there. I'm going to flip this over and place some tape on what would be considered my glue flap. And then since I'm already on this side, I'm going to go ahead and place some tape on this flap that is closest to the glue flap. And then we'll come back to the inside where we have the tape going across the top, and we'll place some tape on these two flaps. This one, skip one, and this one. Now we can start putting this together. So I am going to peel away that long strip, and we're folding that in just so we'll have a nice decorative finish to the top of the box. Then I'm going to take my finger blade and I am just going to angle this top just a little bit to make sure that it's going to close properly. So now I can remove my tape from this glue flap, and making sure that your top is matching, we're going to put it down and we'll end up with a nice flat fold box. So we're going to open this piece. So now we can peel the tape from this piece at the top, fold it in. And I'll use my bone folder to go around on the inside. And so now we can peel away our tape. Okay, so then we take our side pieces and we're going to fold those in. We'll fold this piece over, and then I'll peel away the tape from my final piece, and we can close the box. And I'll use my bone folder to go on the inside and get everything nice and stuck. And now we have a sweet little box. So now we're going to take our piece that measures 5 7/8 by 5 7/8. We're going to score at 1/2 inch and at 1 1/2 on all 4 sides. So that's 1/2 inch and 1 1/2 on all 4 sides. So now we can fold and burnish all of these scores. And now that you have all the scores folded and burnished, we are going to go up to the second score mark and drag down. We need to remove all 3 corner pieces. So let's go up to the second score mark here, drag down. We can go over to this score mark here, drag down, because what you want is to free this tab. So now I can angle here, angle, and reduce. Do it on the opposite side, angle here, angle, and reduce. So then I will move over to this side and we're going to do the same thing. So we'll go to the second score mark, drag down, second score mark, drag down. We have now freed these flaps. Angle here, angle, and reduce. Angle, and reduce. So on these 2 tabs here, they already have the angled edges. We're going to take these 2, the outer tabs, and just angle in slightly, because that will make doing the fold over a lot easier. And so now we're going to put this together, and because it's so small, I am just going to put it together using my glue. So I am going to put some glue on these tabs. And I forgot to reduce this piece. So I'll put some glue there and some glue there. We just need to match the corners to make sure that they're nice and crisp. Same thing all the way around. We are just putting our box together, making sure that we have nice crisp corners and they're nice and even. Then once we have our corners in, you can just use your bone folder. Go in and make sure that you have a nice little stick on that. Now we can fold these outer flaps back. And we're going to add some glue. Fold them over and finish off this lid. So let's go ahead and fold those in. I'll use my bone folder to get that initial stick. And then I'll just go around it to make sure I have everything nice and stuck. And so now we have the lid. Let's go ahead and do that moment of truth. And you can see that we have a nice fitting lid and we have that wonderful contrast of polka dots and the candy cane stripes. Now we are going to make our own little bow for this because we are making a complete upscale package for a Dollar Tree candle. And here is the candle that we're going to be using. So I'm going to go ahead and take this candle and put it in the box. I don't have any tissue paper that matches, but if I did, I would actually wrap the paper in some tissue paper before placing it in the box. So here is how we're going to make this bow. I'm going to start a curl on this just so that it will want to curl. And now I'm just going to take both ends and have them meet in the middle. And you can definitely use a die cutting system to get your bow. You can even use your punch board envelope bow maker to get this look as well. But let's say you don't have those things. You can still get this look. So all I did was I took my two loops and I'm having them meet in the middle like that. So then I'm going to take my scissors and basically what I'm going to do is cut out a V on this side and a V on this side. So I'll just use my scissors, go in and cut that V. And I'm not going all the way through. You'll see what I'm doing in just a minute. And I'm cutting out that V. So what I want is my piece to look like this, where I have that notch. Then I'm going to take my second piece and we're going to glue this down on the second piece. But before I do, I'm going to go ahead and cut off an amount that works for me. Now you might want to have yours longer. This is actually about 3.5 inches long. And all I'm going to do is turn it into, give it that banner look, so that I have tails on my bow. So if you don't have a way of making your own bows, this is a very simple and economical way to be able to do that. So we're going to take this and glue it down. And we'll glue it right there. All right, so once we have it down, we can just burnish it right there on the inside. Then I'm going to take my finger blade and I'm just going to go in and follow that V that's already there and notch out like that. And we'll do the same thing on this side. And so now we have this beautiful bow. So now I'm going to take some of that little scrap that I had left over, cut out a very thin piece, because what I'm going to do is take it and just wrap it around the center, just like that. So I'll fold that piece back. I'm going to add just a little bit of glue And then I'll bring that through and I'm going to trim away that overhang. So now we have our sweet little bow that we were able to make without using a die cutting system or a punch board. You can make these by hand and you can double loop them or triple loop them if you want. So now I have the Simple Story sticker book and it's Simple Vintage Rustic Christmas. I am going to go in, pull out a little sentiment. I think I'm going to go with Merry Christmas. So I am going to remove that. Then I'm going to mount it to a piece of white. And this is just some scrap poster board. And then I'll use my scissors just to trim this out. And I'm cutting real crooked right now, but I'll straighten it up in just a minute. And so now I have my Merry Christmas, and we can place it right there, and we can place our bow right there. So I am going to do this using some of my wet glue. You can use tape, you can use a glue dot, glue stick, whatever you want to use on this part. Put that there. Add some glue to the bottom of my bow. And we're going to put our bow right there. Then I'm going to add this little gem right there to the center to finish it off. Add some glue. And so now we have this beautiful way of giving a Dollar Tree candle. Guys, it doesn't take much. How we're presenting this is truly gorgeous, and it is a great way to elevate an inexpensive gift. Create some beautiful packaging, wrap that candle in a nice piece of tissue, maybe coordinating tissue paper, and place it in the box, and you have beautiful gifts that you can give to anyone. So I am holding both of these out so you can see just how beautiful they are. I love the polka dots on the candy cane stripes. I think they're just gorgeous. So I hope that you have liked this project. And if you have, please hit the like button. If you are not a subscriber to my channel, I'd love to have you join this amazing online crafting family. Guys, I'm telling you, on this channel, we are doing it like no other. As always, you guys, please be safe, be kind, happy crafting, and we'll chat later. Bye.